Start out just a quick review. So we're in lesson 3 right now on line 17. So real quick, what kind of note is that?
E flat.
Okay, so it's an E flat because it's got
The flat symbol.
that's right. So you got flat symbol before it there. I'll let you know it's E flat. And then this note is
An F.
an F, and this one is
G.
right on. So we've got E flat here. What's the valve combination for E flat?
First one.
Just first valve down, right on. And then for F,
Open.
open, and then G,
1 and 2.
1 and 2. So we've got 1, open, 1 and 2. Let's play just that 3-note exercise on 17 together. And then how many beats does this note get?
4.
Hold up. Now is that, what kind of note is that? Is it quarter, half, or whole note?
Quarter half. Oh, whole note.
Okay, so it's not a whole note. A whole note would take up the whole measure. That's a whole note here at the end of the measure. This first note is what kind of note? Takes up half the measure, so it's
Quarter
half note. Right. So half note gets how many beats?
2.
Right on. So it'll be 1, 2, rest, 2, 1, 2, rest, 2, 1, 2, rest, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play that much together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that again. Stay on the same tempo with each other. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got to keep your foot tapping a little bit. I think you were waiting on me to release a little bit before you released the notes. So you gotta. Let me have you play that by yourself real quick. You can set your own tempo. Just make sure you're keeping your foot, keeping it steady. Whenever you're ready. So hold out that last note for, you did really good on keeping the half note steady, but you dropped off on that whole note a little bit. So whenever you get to that whole note, still hold that out for a full 4 beats. So can you just play that E flat whole note for me? Very good. Now let's look on to line 23 where we put those together. We're going to play line 23, our first song, which is Mary Had a Little Lamb. Let's play together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. So, one thing, I'm going to have you play that for me by yourself. One thing I want you to work on that line is we're still cutting the half notes off just a little bit short there at the beginning. So in the second measure, you've got da da da. So you want to hold on to that G half note for as long as it's supposed to be held on to. So just play through the first 4 measures for me real quick. Make sure you're holding everything out for all of the correct beats. So every note gets its full value. Starting from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Start back over. And don't have the little hiccup in between the 3rd and 4th measure this time. So you played the right notes, just try to keep it consistent. And then if you take a breath after measure 2, don't breathe there. So you don't need a breath here and then another breath there. Your lungs are a little bit bigger than that. You can handle that, right? All right. So 23, starting back over. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's okay. Try again. Take a bigger breath to start with. So give me a really good deep. Let me hear you breathe in. Make an audible breath in. There we go. So you wanna breathe all the way down into like on the back side of your belly button. So like your lungs are obviously not going to stretch down that far and hit the back side of your belly button, but you wanna take a deep enough breath. That's where you're aiming for. So take a really good deep breath and then play those first 4 measures for me. 1, 2, ready. It's okay. You had too much air that time. So that's okay. We can handle too much air. It's not enough that we have the problem with. So again, 1, 2, ready. It's okay. You're fine. You got it lined out. Shake out the nerves. 1, 2, ready, play. That's very good. And then you didn't have to take a breath in between the second and third measure, but you did take a breath between the third and fourth measure. Neither of those are particularly great breath places. So let's try that one more time and see if we can get you all the way through the fourth measure on the same big breath from the beginning. So we can take a little bit faster tempo if you're comfortable moving the valves and everything. Yeah? Okay. So let's take a little bit faster tempo, see if we can get your breath support to get you through those first 4 measures. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be that fast. It'll be like da 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 da. All right. So do that much for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you started off a little bit faster than tempo at the beginning and then dropped down to a little bit under tempo. Let's do that one more time. Try to keep a steady, fast tempo throughout. So I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. You snuck a little breath in through the corners there, though. So I heard that. You gotta try it one more time and see if you can do it without that little extra sneak breath. Go ahead and push everything out of your lungs. So a lot of people get to like right here and they think, oh, I'm out of air, but really you've got probably another 3 or 4 beats left of air in between right here and like coming out of your throat. So go ahead and push out to where you got just nothing left, and then you can take another breath in on top of that. So let's try that again. Going back to beginning of 23. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Let's do it again. Take my tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's okay. You're trying to get that breath support for me. I appreciate that. Let's do it. Maybe I think you can handle the notes at that speed, so let's take it a little bit faster. I just want to get the breath support there now. So we'll go da 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 da. Faster tempo. 1, 2, ready, play. Okay, so you got through it that time, but you re-articulated with like a mouth or throat articulation instead of tonguing those notes. So do that one more time for me, and tongue all of those notes. So T T T T T T T T T T T T T. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was so close to perfect. Let's give you one. Let's give you one more try at it, and that'll be perfect. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Now let's do that. You can take a breath right there after that note and take a really good deep breath again and see if you can finish out the line. So let's do the whole line, that tempo.
This one?
And we'll do all the way from the beginning. We're just going to keep going now instead of stopping on that G half note. So we're going to go all the way through the...
Fast?
Yeah, we're going to take the fast tempo, and then these measures are the same as your first two measures. You just have changes on the final two measures. So go ahead and play just the last two measures for me real quick, because that's the only part that changes. So at the faster tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes up to the G. Like you hit the right valve combination for 1 and 2, you just let the pitch go down instead of up. So it go F, F, G, F, E flat. Good. And then don't let that E flat rumble. Go ahead and land right on that E flat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. One more try. Get that G to speak a little more clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so how many F's do we have in that measure before the G?
2.
Alright, so you were just playing 1 before that, so go ahead and play both those F's. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's alright. You got it. I'm putting you through the rate, or I don't know, putting you through the paces right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. That's very good. Let's go back and do the whole line now. So from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and start over. Take it the faster tempo. I gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, and you played 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all right. You got this. From the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're a little faster that time, so let's split the difference. Land right in the middle between too slow and too fast. Play just right. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. You know, one was too hot, one's too cold. We want to get that just right. All right. So not that you look like Goldilocks or anything. All right. 23. 1, 2, 3, 4. One last time for me. You played everything great, and then you had a little hiccup on that G at the end. So do that again without the little hiccup at the end.
The whole thing?
Yeah, whole thing. Unfortunately, music is one of those things that we have to get perfect. Like you can't, like your other classes, you could stand to get like a 90 or 95 on one of your math tests, and that would be awesome. But in music, you got to get 100% every time for it to be right. So 23. From the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Take a breath. Reset. 1, 2, ready, go. Start over halfway through for me. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so you can play the first half and the second half independently, no problem. Let's just put it all together and make it one solid big thing. So you can play chunk, you can play other chunk. Let's put those chunks together. So 23 from the top to the end. 1, 2, ready, play.
Too much power.
It's okay. Yeah, too strong. That's how strong you are. One more time. You're doing fine. 23. 1, 2, ready, play. Go back and start with an even tempo. You started slow and then sped up, so it's alright. I'm being really nitpicky right now, but you're doing fine. 1, 2, ready, play. It's alright. It's the breath and getting back in that's throwing you. So, what if I told you that you can take a breath right here, and right here? You can take all those breaths, and I won't count anything against you. So go ahead and intentionally breathe here, here, and here. But whenever you do that, you can't breathe anywhere else, and you gotta stay right in time. So go again. 1, 2, ready, play.
I keep playing E when it's supposed to be a G.
Gotcha. Which actually, if you're playing, yeah, you gotta do 1 and 2 there instead of just 1.
Cause after I get through F, I go, cause usually I go to E, but I'm actually supposed to go here.
Right. So do that for me real quick. Go, just play, hold out an F, and then go to G. Do that a couple of times. So you're letting it fall down. You're not actually playing the G. You're playing I think the D below the G there. So go ahead and bring the pitch up to the G instead of letting it fall down to that D. Right. So go hold out your F for me. There we go. There's F, and then G is right above that. So go back and forth like that for me a couple of times. Just. Right on. So you got that switch down now. So now we go back and play just the last 2 measures for me again. Actually, let's play the last half of the piece. Go we'll work on going from that G down to the F, then back up to the G.
Here.
Yeah. So we'll do the last 4 measures. I'll play with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's no trouble at all when you got somebody playing with you. We just need to give you a solo this time. So one more time, last 4 measures solo, then play the whole piece for me. 1, 2, ready, play. Alright, now that was perfect. I couldn't ask you to play it any better than that. So go back to the beginning and put the whole thing together for me. And we'll move on. 1, 2, ready, play. Bravo. Bravo, sir. That's good work.